Hey parents, Mr. Jim here to tell you why kids love learning with Osmo's Genius Starter Kit. Osmo uses real tangible pieces that look and feel just like toys, combining them with immersive digital experiences to create fun, whole child learning adventures. They'll have a blast with the Genius Starter Kit, playing games that explore math, reading, and more. Just in time for the holidays, get up to 40% off select kits and games. Order today at playosmo.com. That's playosmo.com. Osmo, learning well played.
Hello, critter protectors. Mr. Jim here, and welcome to Kids Animal Stories, a place where there's always a mystery and adventure around every single corner. If you love critters of all shapes and sizes, I need you on our Critter Protector team. Join our adventure as we learn about critters from around the world and in our backyards. Well, my friends, are you ready for today's adventure? Me too! Let's go!
On the last episode of our mystery critter adventure, we saw that Sandy and her wildebeest friend, Will, had just made it to the watering hole to drink water on a hot day. It was all going terrifically until a crocodile interrupted their, lunged out of the water and grabbed a hold of Will's hoof. Let's see what happens next. The crocodile still had a hold of Will as he struggled to get free. Sandy knew her hissing wasn't enough to scare it away, so she had to think of something else. Her tail! That's what she needed. Her tail was so strong and big that she could lash her tail at the crocodile to hurt it. Sandy turned around as quickly as she could, and with all her might she lashed her tail against the crocodile's mouth. The crocodile hissed and let go of Will before it went back down into the water. Will began to run away from the watering hole as fast as he could. The further he could get away from the water, the less chance the crocodile would have to get out of the water and find him. Whew! Sandy began to walk as fast as she could to catch up to Will. Will, wait up! I'm coming! Cried Sandy. Her feet walked as quickly as she could across the savannah until she found Will back at her basking rock.
Oh, Sandy, how could I ever thank you? You saved my life.
I'm so glad you're okay, said Sandy. That was a close call. Will's hoof was now very sore from where the crocodile had bit him, but thankfully he could still walk and he was going to be okay.
I never knew you could lash your tail like that, Sandy. That was incredible.
Sandy chuckled. Yeah, it's pretty powerful. It's one of the ways I can stop a predator. Hissing is another, and even playing dead.
I don't think playing dead would have worked at the watering hole. I think I was about to play dead without even playing.
Sandy laughed too. She was glad that Will was okay. How are you feeling, Will? She asked.
I'm all right. I'm just a little shooken up, but I'll be okay. I better go find my herd, though. They were so scared that they ran off without me, said Will.
Sandy and Will bid each other goodbye for the day, and Will walked off through the savannah to find his herd. Sandy watched him from her basking rock, but then remembered that she was still hungry. In all this excitement, she had forgotten about her lunch. What is your favorite thing to eat for lunch? I kind of like a nice sandwich with some fruit and maybe even some chips and salsa. What's your favorite thing that you eat for lunch? Do you eat it every day? Or maybe you mix it up? Yeah, it's kind of nice to have a different option for lunch. I wonder if Sandy's going to be able to find anything for lunch. I don't want to go back to the watering hole just yet, she thought. It's not safe. But I could just wait in the bushes to ambush some prey for lunch. Sandy began to walk off towards some very tall bushes in the distance. She was hoping to find an easy lunch. Once she reached the bushes, she climbed and waited. Maybe a nice spider would walk by and make a yummy lunch. Sandy waited for what seemed like hours in the bush, but still, nothing came by. Oh, I hope something comes by soon, thought Sandy. It's gonna get dark soon and I'll have to get back to my burrow to sleep. Sandy began to flick her forked tongue in the air. She hoped that she'd be able to taste the air to see if any prey was nearby. Suddenly, her tongue caught the taste of something, but oh dear, it wasn't prey. Sandy flicked her tongue once again, but she couldn't distinguish the taste. It seemed strange to her. As Sandy was flicking her tongue, she suddenly heard a cry in front of the bush. It was the crocodile again! He had come out of the watering hole and looked very angry. Sandy started to hiss from inside the bush, but the crocodile didn't seem scared of her this time. Oh dear, he started to growl and began coming towards the bush Sandy was hiding in. I'll have to lash my tail at him again, she thought. She turned around to lash her tail, but the bush was so dense with branches that she couldn't hit the crocodile. Sandy started to get scared. The only thing she knew how to do was play dead, but crocodiles ate dead things. Oh dear, the crocodile was getting closer and closer. She was so scared. Help! She cried out. She was out of ideas and didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Sandy heard a stampede coming towards her. The ground started shaking as the stampede got closer. All of a sudden, Sandy saw Will and his herd running straight towards the crocodile. The crocodile looked up towards them and got very scared, did not want to get trampled by a whole bunch of wildebeest, and he slid back into the watering hole. When the herd saw that the crocodile was gone, they stopped to search for Sandy. Sandy, are you all right? Shouted Will. Where are you? Oh, Will, thank you so much. I was stuck in that bush and couldn't get away. I heard you scream, so I knew I had to do something. I told my herd you needed our help, and since you helped me, they wanted to return the favor. Good thing they're all faster than me. Sandy laughed, was so grateful to have a friend like Will. Wow, what an amazing adventure, but have you figured out who Sandy is? Okay, let's think about the clues. Sandy is some kind of reptile, right? Yep. And is able to flick her tongue out and smell the air. Ooh, that gives me a clue. Do you think Sandy's a snake? Yeah, snakes have to sun themselves on rocks, right? Yeah, and they can stick out their tongue and taste the air and... Oh, wait. No. Yeah, I remember something about feet, right? Oh, yeah, Sandy's not a snake. Sandy's something that has feet. All right. Not a crocodile, not a snake, not a turtle. What's left? A lizard? Whoa. Is Sandy some kind of lizard? Yes, you're right. Sandy is a savanna monitor. They're not your average lizard. They're actually pretty big. And that's why she was able to slap her tail across the crocodile's face and scare it away. Wow, great job. Yes, Sandy the savanna monitor is a great and mighty powerful lizard that lives in the savanna. I think that's why they're called the savanna monitor. Well, even though this is the end of our story, I think it's only just the beginning of the amazing adventures that lie ahead for Sandy the Savanna Monitor. We'll be right back after a brief word from our sponsor. Great job, you listened all the way to the end. And I want to say hey to some critter protectors. I want to say hey to Holden from Washington, D.C., Charles from Michigan, Maze and Sadie from Ontario, Lincoln and Catalia from Idaho, and Landon from California. I'm so glad that you're all critter protectors. We definitely couldn't save all the protectors without you, my friends. Well, you have a super duper day, and I'll see you on our next adventure. Bye!